Hi everybody, it's Alexanis and today we're gonna review all the ATP hardcourt ball. Let's go. So let me start with all the balls that the pros are using on the tour when they're playing on hardcourt. So first of all, you have the Dunlop ATP, which is the main ATP ball. Then you have the Wilson US Open, and you have the Penn Tour, which was called the Penn ATP a couple of years ago. Let's start with the US Open. So the Wilson US Open is mainly used throughout the American Tour. This ball really goes fast through the air. It has a lot of feel, but the only downside with this ball is the fact that it doesn't last too long. So the feel is really good, but like for, I would say, an hour and then it's completely gone. That's the reason why the pros are using them only for 7 games. And even when they start to wearing off, the logo on the ball is start to go out also. But when this ball is brand new, it's obviously a really good ball. In terms of quality, I would say that the Wilson US Open is pretty good. You know, it's pretty rare to find a bad Wilson US Open badge. So I would say that for the quality, this ball is pretty good. So let's go on the court with the Wilson US Open. So I will start with saying that the ball really goes fast in the court. So it's really accelerating through the court, even though this court is a slow court. I would say it's a really good ball for big server. The ones that really want to go through the court, it has a really good advantage. And I would say that the sound of the ball is a bit high in pitch. So it's really interesting to hear this ball. So yeah, a really fast ball overall. Moving on to the Penn Tour. This ball is used in a couple of European indoor tournament, and it's also used at Indian Wells. This ball is very different from the Wilson US Open. It's a bit slower, the feel is there, but the durability is really better than the Wilson US Open. I would say that personally, it's my favorite ball because it's a good mix between feeling and durability. The ball doesn't wear off too fast, but you still have the good feeling that the US Open has. The only problem is that if you're playing like in a desert, like in Indian Wells, the ball starts to grow a lot and it's going to be like heavier and slower in the air. But I would say it's pretty normal if you're playing in the desert. But other than that, it's a pretty good ball and I really recommend to try this ball. Alright, so with the Penn Tour on the court, I just need to say that this ball is so solid. You know, it has a consistent bounce. I don't feel like it's too fast or too slow. So it has really a consistent bounce. The sound is pretty good. I would say overall, it's a pretty good ball for every type of player. So if you're an offensive player or defensive player, this ball is really cool because it's not accelerating that much. But if you want to accelerate the ball, you can do it. If you want to slow it down, you can do it. So for drop shot, it's pretty good also. So yeah, overall, a feel-good ball. And yeah, for me, it's the best ball. Next one, the Dunlop ATP. So Dunlop have recently purchased the contract for being the official ball provider. Back then it was Penn or Head, because Penn is Head. And this ball was called the Penn ATP, but that's why it changed to Penn Tour, because Dunlop has the name right. So this ball, just like the US Open, has a lot of feel. And same thing as the US Open, it's a really feel-good ball, but then it starts to wear off and it's impossible to play with. And I would say that this one wears off a lot faster than the US Open. I've tried those balls a couple of times and it was tough for us to play a full 2 hours with the same balls. So yeah, it's a really big problem, but if you don't care about changing ball like every 30 minutes, every hour, this is a good ball for you. The advantage of those balls is that they're really comfortable. So if you have arm issues, it could be a good option for you to try those balls. Alright, we are now with the Dunlop ATP on the court. And I know that the sound of the court is not that high in the video, but just hear the sound. It's so low in pitch, it's kind of weird. And when I've recorded this, I think we were like 30 minutes in our session. So the ball were not like wearing off that much, but yeah, it's really weird and it's really like a fluffy feeling. So yeah, and the ball is really slow. So For attacking player, it's not that great, but for defensive player, obviously it's a bit better. So yeah, I would say okay ball. I'm not a big fan of it. All right, so we have covered all the ATP Undercord balls, but I just want to make some recommendation about others balls that are not used on the ATP Tour, but that are great. I'm starting off with the Technic Fiber X1. So those are premium balls, so they're a little bit more expensive, and they come in a pack of 4 balls, but I don't know if you can see it, but it's a metal box. So high quality balls, high quality box. I would say that those balls feels so good. They're very durable, and they're really a mix in between a US Open and a Pen Tour. So really cool, but I would say a bit more durable. So if you have the opportunity to try those balls, I highly recommend to do it. With the Technic Fiber X1 Undercord, I had to say that this ball feels a bit like a Pen Tour. I feel like it's the equivalent of the Pen Tour, but from Technic Fiber. And when I've recorded this, I was like, I think it was the second time that I was using those balls, and they're still feeling pretty good. So yeah, overall I would say honestly I'm kind of shocked about this ball because it was the first time that I was trying it, and yeah, really good ball. Next, I don't have a pack with me, but the Volkl Pro balls. It also comes in a 4-ball pack. It's a mix between, I would say, like of a Dunlop ATP and a Pen Tour. So a bit more durable than the Dunlop ATP and less durable than a Pen Tour. But the thing that is really interesting with this ball is that when you're trying like for, I don't know, like 30 minutes, it starts to wear off a lot. But then when it stops, it's still a good ball. It stops to wear out, and then you can play it for like 4 hours with it. So yeah, pretty good balls. You also have the Babula Gold that feels a bit like I would say a Pen Tour, a really good durable balls, and also it's really comfortable when you're hitting with it. Finally, I want to talk about those balls. I think that in Europe they're not that much popular, but here in North America there's a lot of people that plays with those balls. The reason for that is that they're the most durable balls on the market, but because those balls feels like rock. Yes, they're really durable, but those balls creates a lot of elbows issues. So just be careful when you're playing with those balls. So that's it. That's the end of the video. Tell me in the comment which ball is your favorite. Don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe, and see you next time. Bye bye.